Hello folks, Waz the car audio guy here, and we're going to talk about something that I get asked a lot about. A lot of people come in frustrated and they're like, oh, I didn't know you exist. Why is there no more audio shops? When I was a kid, there used to be one on every corner. And I'm like, I hear this a lot, and we're still going. We are the corner shop, sort of moved into an industrial estate, but we will sell kebabs and chips if we have to, but we do mainly car audio. And that was a joke, mine, so don't take that seriously. So yeah, I hear this question a lot, so I'm going to answer it to people. The biggest problem we see, two types of customers. Customers tend to be so busy these days, so they're at home, they go online, they find something that's got 50 reviews, all 5 stars. The reviews are probably fake or just, given from cake bakers and so forth. So these people buy these products, then they try to install them, watch a couple of YouTube videos, and basically get stuck. My Facebook Messenger is full of people saying, hi, I've done this and I've got this far and I cannot go no further. Can you help? Well, not really, no, because the only way I can help is remove everything and start again. Now, for me to remove everything and start again would mean that clips and panels are probably loose or broken. The products are probably incorrect. So for 32 years, I've built a good name and a reputation. Do I now fit some ling stuff that you think is amazing because you read some 5-star fake reviews? Then I install it and then it sounds rubbish. And then you're telling me I'm shit and I don't know what I'm doing and I shouldn't be in business. So I tend to say no, a polite, sort of reply by saying, sorry, we only supply and fit. Now, to a degree, if you've got a good product and you haven't messed with it, maybe there's a chance we will fit it. There's every sort of quotation reflects on what is available and how far you've gone. I've had people cut holes the wrong size and then tell me that the speaker don't fit and can I correct it? Well, fuck no, I can't. If you've cut a 12-inch hole and you've got an 8-inch speaker, without fabrication, without a lot of drama or buying a brand new panel, I can't, can I? So common sense is required, which I do really think is gone because people Google every question you give them these days, So if Google says, yeah, you can, then you can, but Google says it's raining outside and it may be bright. So, you have to use your common sense, which, again, take a step back, have a look at something. Before you buy something, see if you can do it. I had a little leak in my bathroom the other day and the missus is moaning. And I went there and I thought, if I touch this now, I can do one of two things. Either flood the house or fix it. Which one do I want to tempt fate with? Well, I go to work, I make my money. So do I try and now save 50, 60 quid or do I call somebody and have a go? So at my age, maybe 20 years ago, I'd probably have a go and flood the house, which I have done in the past. But this time round, I just picked up the local rag and had a look and found somebody. Again, showing my age, I didn't go on Google. We have a magazine with local workmen in there. And I thought, let me give my local workman a try, because every time I try to Google, there's big corporate companies just take over and they try to then get you somebody local, then charge me to supply me a number and then charge the local guy a commission for the job. So I tried to, help people out and, luckily I rang this guy, came over, 18 years, 19 years experience, he got under the sink, obviously had his ass out because plumbers do. But, I didn't have to watch. I'm not a watcher. So I left him 20 minutes later. He's already fixed the problem. And it was just a sensible 60, 70 odd quid, Great. Thank you very much. So that's how, the old system works. Nowadays, people will buy and then they'll try and fit. And then, they'll make a mess. They'll make Dodgy Dave or Dangerous Dave, we call him. We'll have a go. So when people come to me, I'm like, sorry, if I knew you were here, I wouldn't have done this. Well, you can still send the product back, get your refund and come to me. So that's one scenario. The other scenario is people will go, oh, I didn't know you exist, found you, really feel good. This is my car. These are the things I need. I don't know what to buy. Well, I'll then spend half an hour with you demoing some products, getting the ticks right, getting you, excited, encouraging you to use us, and, go through the whole sales scheme. So what happens here? In this case, 6 or 7 out of 10 people go, really like you, let's book in. Or they'll say, I really want that, didn't realize it was going to be that much, so can you give me a couple of months? No problem. The third person will be the type that will go, thank you very much, I'll ask my wife and I'll be back to you. And we don't see that person. And then now and then, not everyone, because some people just don't have no shame, they'll come in and go, hiya mate, I bought that product that you recommended. Oh, okay, I recommended it, yep. I bought it elsewhere because it was cheaper online. And I'm like, fair enough, everything's cheaper online, I don't blame you. We have a shop, staff, I have to pay wages, electric, gas, everything. The guy on the internet, if he puts £10 on a box and he sells it from his bedroom or part of his business, it's an extra income for him. Me personally, I've never done e-commerce. I don't believe in it because I like to sell you a service, a product, something you need rather than something you think you need. And these people then come back and say, oh, you told me it could do this, and you told me we could have a screensaver, and you told me, and I'm like, I don't give two fucks now, mate. You haven't bought it from me. Just because we're B&B Audio doesn't mean B&B Audio will answer every question you have and solve all your problems. And even though you don't use us, support us, you want me to go out of my way now and help you. So no, I'm not going to advise you, So it really does my tit in when they go, oh, can you do a screensaver for me? I'm like, did you buy the radio off me? If you did, I'll do it FOC, because it takes me about 40 minutes to do a screensaver. And now I don't mind doing that if you're supporting us and keeping us afloat and keeping us in business. But if you've listened to me, bought it online because it was 70 quid cheaper, now you want a screensaver, it's one of two things. It's one, nah, can't do it. Or secondly, yeah, I'll do it, but it's 100 quid. And if you don't like it, well, you didn't buy nothing with me, so it doesn't matter, does it? Why don't you ask the people who sold you the product to help you? And in some cases, I do say that. And they say, oh, well, they don't reply. They don't do this. And they don't know how to do it. Or they just send me a load of pages on what to do in his gobbledygook and his chunky English and so forth. So I'm like, well, it's taken me 32 years to learn. And some of the stuff I can't do. I've employed a young guy who's good on a computer. And, he's hopefully, the future here, So I go out of my way to employ younger people, to train them, to give them a future. And then you come in and say, no, I got it, I've saved 50 quid, so I'm not supporting you, you're a robber, blah, blah, blah. So fair enough. So now go back, write emails, maybe look at YouTube videos. I mean, there are some good YouTube videos out there where people explain how to do it. But you've got to now spend 20 minutes figuring that out, have a PC, have a spare USB, and spend some time. Good luck with that, because that's why you save the money. If you spend more with me, I will do whatever. And to give an example, we had a job in the other day where a customer came in and I spent a lot of time, and he was like, thank you, I didn't know this product existed. I'm blown away. I'm excited. Can you give me a quote and I will book this in? Anyway, give him a quote, I know where this is going, because people who are excited book straight away. So he came back to me and said, look, I love what you got, but I can get it for £200 cheaper. I'm like, is that installed? And he said, yeah. And I'm like, wow, that is, if it's being installed, then, fair. I mean, I understand it's cheap, but then the postman ain't going to fit it. But you're getting it fitted, so fair enough. So I said, oh, who's fitting it? So he tells me, and I'm like, oh, yeah, these guys are notorious for just kicking the product in and, getting you gone. So I said, where is it? And he's like, oh, it's about a 3-hour journey. So I'm like, wow. So you're going to save 200 quid, 3-hour journey. I'm talking each way. So that's a 6-hour day gone, right? Where you could be out working, earning that extra money. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't compete with that, sorry, because if I do that, I can't really afford to pay my bills and wages. It will just be making the manufacturers happy because they're getting their fixed price. The consumer's happy because he's getting a discount. Me in the middle, I'm a monkey. I don't want to be a busy fool. I want to be a smart fool. For me to get out of bed and do a bit of turnover and make absolutely nothing on the job or peanuts on the job, I'm not interested. So I'm like, sorry, go there. So he tried it on with a few little things. I really want to give local support, local business. I'm like, if you give me local support and local business, I'll be closed if I start selling at that price. There's just no way I can do it. And I explained to him that if it goes wrong once, you're going to have to spend 100 odd quid on 6 hours to go repair. And he was like, oh, but it comes with a year warranty. I'm like, yeah, but if you buy it from me, you get a 3-year warranty. And he was like, oh, okay, well, I didn't realize this. Well, you won't, because when you look online and you look in a shop, unless you ask specific questions, you're never going to know what is going to be to your standards or to your likings. You just presume things, and I've been caught out with stuff like that. So after explaining everything, the guy did say, you know what, I'm going to go with you. I'm like, okay, no problem. He'd done a bit of research before he said he'd go with us, and he'd spoken to a few people, even rang the manufacturer. And, the manufacturer said, yeah, these are our trusted people, and the people you're going to go to are good, but they're not trusted in the sense that they're not authorized. They're just people who buy in and, make a couple of quid, like the Turkish car washes. They're not professional car washes that you might think they are, but they wash your car for a tenner. There's 10 of them on there. One might do a clean wing when the other guy on the other side misses your wing. But that's the chance you take when you get a professional person. They're 30, 40, 50, up to £100 for a car wash. And I respect that there's a big money difference, but there's also workmanship difference. We got a guy up the road. You give him your car, he charges you 30 quid, it comes back immaculate. Yeah, I've been myself to these places. You pay a tenner and you come back and they've missed big blobs of your car, but that's life. So anyway, without going off on a tangent, the guy came to us, paid our fee, paid our figure, no quibble, job done. Everything's cool, everything's good. Guy drives off. This was a brand new vehicle and we put a brand new adapter in it, which has only just come out from Connect 2. Anyway, everything seemed fine, but after a few hours, there was an issue on the guy's cluster. He rang us and we said, look, 2 things. I can talk you through it or you can come in and see us. So he said, I'll come in and see you. In the meantime, I rang technical. They told me, yep, we're aware of this problem. Flick a dip switch and it'll be fine. So the vehicle comes in, we flick a dip switch and everything's fine. And the guy's really happy and he's local. And I said, look, that's fixed. So there would be your first £100 and 6 hours gone. He's like, oh, so glad I came to you. Anyway, a couple of days later, he rings me. He said, I'm really frustrated. And I'm like, why are you frustrated? Everything works. He's like, oh, I've been trying to put a screensaver on this vehicle. And I've been on it for 3.5 hours, 2 cups of coffee, and I'm about to smash it up. I'm like, look, don't worry. I haven't got that screensaver because it's a new modern car, but we'll make you one, okay? So again, I rang my supplier, spoke to their tech. I said, can you send me a high-res file? And they did, and we converted it to his unit, put it on a USB because my techie kid is brilliant at this stuff. And he came down. It took less than 4 minutes for us to upgrade it. And I said to him, there's another 6 hours and another £100. So now you're actually at the same spot where you would have been if you'd gone elsewhere, but with all these issues, and you've still now got 3 years of our backup and manufacturer backup. So, I'm not, okay, this may sound that, I'm trying to sound that we're the only people or audio shops are the only people, but you will get better support from a shop in the long run. Short term, yeah, you might save 50 quid, 100 quid, but in the long run, we are always going to be here. We're happy to help. I mean, we've got some older people who bought a radio, and in fact, we've got an old lady whose husband's passed away, and she's got a radio in her car, and every 2 weeks she goes to London to see her daughter, and every 2 weeks we put the navigation data in and make sure her phone's paired. It takes us about 3-4 minutes and she's happy, and on the other end her daughter sets her to come back home. Now, she's at an age where she can't learn. Not that she can't learn, but without being rude, just, don't want to learn, I suppose, at that age now. And we've been helpful to her, and her daughter helps her, and she's over the moon, and she brings us biscuits and, you know, Christmas cards every year. So your local store can help you. We can't always be the cheapest, but we'll always be there. You know, we're always approachable. And remember, when you change your car, we're always here to swap things around and keep that product working for you. So that is my sort of general chit chat of why there's not so many shops, because people are buying on the internet. I don't blame people with, you know, cost of living and all this money crisis that you want to save. But I personally say, look, if you want that radio and you're going to save 50 quid, fair enough, go do it. Or support your local shop, get it done properly. Any problems, we're here to help. Any updates, we're here to help. Or save 50 quid and then deal with the consequences in the future. Not always. I mean, sometimes nothing goes wrong. So, you know, fair play. You know, I've been in a situation. I bought a fake watch, and before I even got it home, it smashed to pieces. And then I bought another fake one when I was younger, and it lasted a bit longer. You know, so I'm not saying everything is bad. Some things are great, but you know, you have to use common sense in certain cases. I always think if it's cheap and cheerful, you know, get it. If it's something serious, then you really want backup, and then, you know, support your local shops. And that is me doing my little bit. Over and out. Come again, bastards.